Hello, this is Dr. Tony Fiore. Can anger be a good thing? You know, anger isn't all bad. There are times when it might be the appropriate response to a situation, and the response that has only positive costs associated with it. Let's look at some examples. Lynn, age 40, was in the luggage station at the airport with her sister-in-law. They patiently waited for the airline to find their luggage, as did her husband, circling the airport in his car in attempts to transport the women home. But after 2 hours, Lynn decided to take action. She angrily confronted a supervisor, indicating loss of patience and incredulity at their lack of concern over the issue. Guess what? Presto! The luggage was found within about 10 minutes, with ample apology from the supervisor. Clearly, the angry confrontation worked, in the sense that it got the desired behavioral result, and there were no negative consequences or costs to the angry expression. While anger is not appropriate most of the time, there are circumstances when anger expression is in fact the right thing to do. The lesson here is that anger expression is good if it gets results without a high emotional, financial, personal, or social cost. Let's look at another example. John was a legal professional who had been unjustly accused of impropriety with one of his clients. She had filed a report with his professional licensing board. John was traumatized and fearful, as this had never happened in over 25 years of practice as a family law attorney. After giving into his feelings for several months, which almost incapacitated him, he decided to see a criminal defense lawyer and fight for his career. Once he got past his anger, hurt, humiliation, and self-pity, he was able to get in touch with his anger in the form of righteous indignation. That transition energized and motivated him to protect himself and survive the unfair and untrue accusations against him, which threatened his distinguished career. What's the lesson here? Well, it's that anger can be a good thing if it gets us past fear and paralysis and catapults us into appropriate action. Another lesson is that anger can be a good thing if it switches us from apathy and inaction to positive intention and helps us refocus on our broader life goals. Let's look at another example now. Like the mythical desert bird that rose from its ashes, an organization called Mothers Against Drunk Driving, M.A.D.D, is a phoenix that emerged from tragedy. A woman named Candy Lightner founded M.A.D.D in 1980 following the death of her 13-year-old daughter Carrie in Fair Oaks, California on May 3rd. Sadly, Carrie was walking to a school carnival when a drunk driver struck her from behind. The driver had 3 prior drunk driving convictions and was out on bail from a hit-and-run arrest 2 days earlier. Today, M.A.D.D is the largest crime victims assistance organization in the world, with more than 3 million members and supporters. What's the lesson here? Well, it's that anger is good if we convert it to a social positive and make an improvement in the world. Our final example involves a woman named Shelley. Shelley had a friend who was constantly late. This was very upsetting to Shelley, who never said anything about it. Instead, she began to make excuses not to see her friend. She was on the verge of losing a valuable friendship. One day, she mustered up her courage and decided to tell her friend that being late was difficult for her, making her feel unimportant, angry, and resentful. The friend's response? Contrary to Shelley's fears, the friend did not bolt. Rather, she decided that she valued Shelley's honesty, then apologized profusely and began arriving on time. The lesson here? Appropriately asserting yourself rather than holding on to anger often facilitates a closer relationship. It's very difficult for people to choose the option to change their behavior if they don't know you are upset with them. Join the conversation on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Dr. Tony Fiore.